Hi everybody and welcome back. This is Unreal Engine 5 overview for beginners, and in this video, which is number 38, we are talking about physics. Yes, a strange topic, but we are talking about physics, but not the standard physics, what you have in school or there. We are talking about chaos physics, and this sounds even more strange. Okay, actually, the physics in Unreal Engine has nothing to do with the real physics. I mean, it is physics. It is a real physics. It is more, let's call it, it's more like a force, right? When you know what a force is, then you will understand what Unreal physics are. Because here in Unreal Engine, there is all time a force, and a force is then applied to anything. For example, a rock, or our character, or our hair, and the force is doing with that. I know my explanation is not the best one, so I found on YouTube a website, an old guy who is explaining the force in a very entertaining and very good way. I show you this YouTube site, and where is he? Here is he. And you can see Yoda explains the force to Luke. And he is much more entertaining than me. And in our case, what we are going to do is to understand now this force in Unreal Engine 5. So let me show you what a force is. A force, first of all, is, for example, I have here a rock on the sky, and then it falls down. Something like that, because there is a force who is working on the rock, who's pulling down, and so on. And let me demonstrate you this in a better way. I have prepared here something, and when I place start now, you will see what I mean. So I place start, I run, and now I watch. Oh my god, and now you can see here from the sky there was the rock falling down. It scattered here around, almost killed me, like in an Inferno movie or something like that. Let's watch it again a better way. I watch here it's falling, I run, and bam. And yes, you see the rock was forced to fall down and scattered in many parts. And this is actually what we are going to talk in this YouTube, in this video. And but before we talk about this one, how we make this destructible asset, I have to mention there are other things. For example, this is called force on a destructible asset. You can destroy, for example, rocks like I did here, or you can destroy houses, or you can destroy all assets what you define as destructible. But there are other forces, like I mentioned, for example, cloth. You know, the cloth on the character, for example, when wind blows in, the cloth, I don't know, is moving around, or on when the wind blows on your hair, there's the hair physics and so on. And there are much more physics, but we can't talk all, so we are concentrating today in a short way and testing this chaos physics. Here I already tested it a little bit. It works anyhow, it's good, and it looks actually cool. For example, you can make with this a real cool action game, or even a movie scene of course, you will have to make these fractions a little bit better because I have very rough ones, not very accurate ones. But yeah, so how we are going to create this, let's talk about this, which is much more interesting. So what you go to do is just, I tested it with the Megascan assets actually. So these are still the assets which I have from Megascans, just a standard static mesh with nice texture on it. I select it, and after I select this asset, for example, I go to here on top to Modi and select fracture. And now we are in the fracture mode, and what we have to do, the first thing here, we go here on new, we click on new, and then you create a folder in your where you want. And I called it, for example, in my case, fracture geometry. And then you go here on the bottom, and then you call this asset, you give this asset a name. Let's call it GC, like here, geometry collection, and name it. I call it, let's call it rock 2 or something, name it what you like. And then here, create geometry. So after you created this one, then you can see here is nothing happening actually, not much. Here's just popping up here on our right side this GC rock free geometry collection component. This is very important, and we have here number 0. Then we have still selected our object. We can't see it here very well. Let's isolate it here. And yes, this is our object, what I have selected. This is the same like the other ones, just rotated probably. And then what you do is, here on the left side, we go down to the fracture mode. You have here different kind of fractures. I just test now this uniform fracture. You click on it, and then you see here strange symbols. These are actually the fracturing parts which you can see, and they are, let's click this away perhaps. No, we need that. Let's open this one a little bit up, and this one we can, this one we don't need so much. Okay, we go here first to the uniform Warnoy or what this is, and here you can change these parts. Let's make it a little bit more I would say. Let's go for 30 here, and here 30, and you see now we have more fractional parts. And then we can go down, and then you can see, click this one. When you click this draw sides here, all time when you click, there will be selected some, you can read its tooltip, draw points marking the centers of pieces to be cut out by the fracture pattern. So, and yeah, so it will be anyhow, so it points out where it be cut out, and these points are simulating this one. But here we have here a random seed, which means this one is connected to this one. You can set here something different, so it's not random. But in our case, I keep this random, so every time I click on it, we have here anything different, and I don't care right now. And then all other things I just keep, because it's not very important right now. Of course, later you go to the documentation, read through, and change here a little bit more. And then I click here on fracture, and after I clicked on fracture, here on the right side where our details panel is, here in our component, all these fractures, all sub fractures are built. All these cutting things what you can see here are now created here on the right side. Important is here one more thing. Later when you are going here and you want to simulate that, you have to select all again. That's very important. And when you select this all, you can go here again to the fraction tab here on top and change this one here. I scroll this with the mouse and you see how the fracturing is happening here. And still a little bit rough. For example, later perhaps you want to make something more detailed. Then there is one more thing what you can do. You select one of these rough fractures. Let's select this one. Can I select this directly? Perhaps there is a way, but I don't know how. But anyway, because here we can select them here. Let's see by name. Can I go here? Not really too. Okay, we can't select them here in screen, too bad, but we can select them here on the right side. Then you select, for example, one of them. Let's see if this is not the biggest one. Let's go a little bit bigger one, which is big. On top are big, right? Yeah, let's go for this one. This is very big. So let's say you say this is much too big. I want this much smaller. So you can go here again, select this one like I did, and then fracture it again. So which means we create now again many sub fractures from this one fracture, and now you can see this big fracture here is again fractured down. And you can go here really to the detail what you want. For example, let's do this one too. Too bad I can't select this one directly. Now I click a little bit around. I don't know how. Perhaps there is a way to select this one directly here in the scene, but right now I can't find it. Perhaps not the little one. I want the big ones, not to make it too much. Okay, I don't find it. I just select this one too. Fracture this one. Let's select the other one too. Don't know why. And fracture this one. And you see, the more I make, the more it goes more detailed, which is better later if you need more detailed, detailed fractures. Let me do this a little bit more because this will, okay, this little one I want not now. That's enough. And after that, you have a real big list of new fractional parts. And when you did this one, we can go here to the viewport and recombine this. And here you can see how it will fracture later this big one part. It's really bothering me. Actually, these two parts. The reason for that is because they look not very good later. And well, I don't know why I can't select this. This is, I would select them directly if I could. Yeah, this one, right? This is actually one. Let's go here, fracturing. Okay. And I think the other one I don't care now. Or let's try to find him. Yes, here he is. Okay. Let's fracture this one too. Okay. I think that's enough for this demonstration. So you can see this one looks much better than before later when this comes down. So after you are finished, what we are going to do is, I think we are already finished because this rock is already saved in your folder which you made. Let's go to the place where we went here, fracture geometry. I already created the one which fall down before, and this one is the second one which we can see here. And let's test this one too. Let's make a double fold down and see what's happening here. So the one falling down from there, and let's build a real disaster movie or disaster game where I'm running, and if they hit me, I'm dying. Something like that. Of course, you will add here effects and much more. This looks awesome with sound effects, and yeah, that's crazy. So I go here. First of all, I go to save all, Okay, then I click this all away because we don't need, oh, just can go here to select mode again. This one I can dock here to the side. Let's have a good view and let's play. And what happens? Boom, 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 okay. And here we see this absolute falling down, and this is the force what I was talking in start. Here is a force. The force is called here, of course, gravity. Simple one, and that's why it's also called physics. Actually, they called physics in Unreal Engine Chaos physics just as, I think it sounds cool or something like that, and it is just normal physics. But one more point about physics, of course, your character has physics too. Don't forget this one. Let's bring back this one fast. Yes, this and this one, and this one I have not. Very important. Now I could go here again and find my character, but I set this one all time. Jump here, and when we open up our character, has also a physics tab or something like that. I hope I can find it immediately. We go to the mesh, I think we go here, and when you read the character, we have here, at least not here, here's the mesh. Here, the physics asset, something like a physics asset. And like I said, there are many physics in this game. In this case, the character physics means, for example, if you die, you can program here a ragdoll or how the character behaves and set this kind of stuff here up. And then later, let's go to the character again. We can make a lot of physics here. Later, you can add here clothing to this character. We will talk about this in this overview probably too. And then this cloth reacts then to physics. For example, you are walking and then it's moving around to for example, there's wind or there's something else and reacts to that one. Okay, I think I talk too much. So physics in Unreal Engine 5 is working, but I had only one little problem, but now it's not there. It's gone. Cool. Perhaps it was just a temporary problem because I had a flickering on the ground, which is gone. Ah, very nice. It was just not rendered. Oh, I still have here this flickering, you can see, but this is not online. When I go here, I'm not an expert in setting up this kind of stuff. You can see this here. All these little triangles or something like that. But when I start the game, let's see, can I see this here? No, that's not there. It was only temporarily there. But yeah, you can set up here real nice effects, and then here perhaps a smoke effect or burst effect or any cool things. That rocks. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and in the next video we will talk about more things in Unreal Engine 5 and so on. Bye. Good.